your starting five. At center, 6'11", number 33, Nicholas Claxton. At forward, 6'10", number 2, Blake Griffin. At guard, 6'6", number 12, Joe Harris. At guard, 6'5", 13, James Harden. Forward, 6'10", 7, Kevin Durant. The head coach for your Brooklyn Nets, Steve Nash. Your Brooklyn Nets.
Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thank you. Kevin Durant is a champion, but he said, growing up, I never thought about titles. I just wanted to be the best player I could be. When I got to the league, I was listening to all the noise, and it was taking control of my mind. For me, mentally, I have to just focus on my craft. Guys, the results have flown since then.
Clearly. David, thank you. And let's see what the Nets have coming up. On Wednesday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Miami Heat. Then on Friday, they'll defend home court against the Indiana Pacers. And now Washington's starting group. In the backcourt, it's Dinwiddie and Beal. Caldwell Pope out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Gafford in at the 5 spot. And for Brooklyn, front court spots filled by Durant and Griffin. Harris is out there with Harden, and it's Claxton in at the 5. And already, Greg, we're seeing some of the new wrinkles that players have added to their games.
No doubt. The work doesn't end when the season does. And if you're trying to improve your skills, or if you're trying to pack on good weight, that kind of stuff needs to get done during the offseason.
It'll be the Wizards off the tip. Kuzma with a screen on Harris. Beal with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. The wide open look here for Kuzma. Good, it's Beal picking up the assist.
The timing, the rhythm. Kuzma really does a nice job catching the defense off guard with those catch-and-shoot jumpers.
And the jam by Harden.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Harden kicks to Harris. There's the screen. It's Durant on the wing. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Kuzma with a screen on Harden. Knocked loose to the inside. Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Claxton, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Clark, as good a scorer as ever. Durant just needs to stay healthy, right? Just to break all kinds of records.
I agree with that, Kevin. He is as lethal a scorer as we've seen. I mean, when you just talk about putting the ball in the basket, He's in the top 10 all time for my man.
And he dunks it down.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
But, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Beal against Harris. Shoots from 8. Griffin grabs the board.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Here's Beal. Rebound, Brooklyn. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Wizards team.
And on paper, you'd call them the better team, but they actually lost the season series against this group a year ago.
Yeah, it was a surprising outcome for me and you. But, hey, sometimes matchups can play out a certain way. So we'll see how they do tonight.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Wizards making a switch here. Harrell, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Davis Bertans comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Hachimura is checked in for Caldwell Pope. And Kispert subbed in for Dinwiddie. And Harden with the stuff.
Man, it's fun watching Harden use the pick and roll to his advantage, getting space off the screen and letting it fly with ease.
Here's Beal. And another miss by Washington. Shoots over Beal. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Nets out in front, leading by a point. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. Well, Bradley Beal has 4 brothers who played football. So, how did he settle on basketball?
Mom said in high school, whoever recruited me first, basketball, football, that's what we stuck with. So, it was basketball.
Too simple. And it seems like it worked out for him.
No question. And his mother coached him up. So, some all-around sports talent in the Beal family.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Taking a look at the Wizards. In and forward, it's Hachimura and Bertans. Bradley Beal is out there with Kispert. And Harrell's in at the center, locking down the middle. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Beal.
And it's clear how confident Beal is. The closer he gets, the more his eyes light up trying to score.
Here's Claxton from deep. Harden. Good on the triple. Harden's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets. Greg, you're a former player, and now the father of a young NBA star. What's it like to see the next generation of NBA talent move into the league?
Oh, it's an incredible feeling because we all feel like we're a part of this NBA family. And to see the stars we have today, the character they have, the way they approach the game, man, this is the best time ever to be an NBA fan.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Brooklyn Nets are creating a fresh legacy. Kevin Durant says it's new energy. One of the first teams in Nets history where fans are expecting us to do good things. The basketball culture is deep in Brooklyn, and they're looking for a team to latch on to. Well, guys, it looks like they found a good one.
I agree, David. Thanks. Brooklyn leading by 3. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. And Katie, here we go.
And, you know, once Durant notices a lane, you're toast. I mean, using his long strides to get inside fast, unstoppable.
last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to the Hornets.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that?
I know. I mean, I'm with you there. It just seemed as though they were sleepwalking their way through that entire game. It was, in my estimation, just inexcusable.
Here's Kispert after the made shot from KD. Kispert, the pass to Hachimura. And here is Kispert. Hachimura with a screen on Harden. Kispert kicks to Hachimura. 5 on the clock. Here's Beal. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Wizard substitution. Denny Avdia, Spencer Dinwiddie.
"12 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And here is Kispert. There's the three. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
Harris gives you this type of energy on defense. That's a huge bonus.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Nets lead by 5. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. High-scoring affair, Brad. How would you assess the first half?
We got to defend. We're not going to outscore this team. They got some of the best scorers in the world. We got to defend. That's the only way we're going to win. So, second half, we got to be a lot better.
We'll see how that turns, Brad. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Thank you for joining us. Getting right to the story. Things are going well for the Brooklyn Nets.
Most of the damage they're doing is in the paint. They've made a concerted effort to work the ball inside, create high percentage looks, and that could open up the perimeter for them in the second half, with the D worried about the postgame.
Okay, time now to see how the Eastern Conference is starting to shape up.
You know, right now for the Nets, they've looked okay early on, but it's going to take a lot of work to get this team to the next tier. Plenty of competition ahead of them, and not much room for error.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Front court spots filled by Durant and Griffin. Joe Harris is out there with Harden. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
There are very few any better than Harden at the and one. He's an expert. He looks for the contact, initiates it, gets it, and still finishes. You can't be too physical with him.
And Harden really looks like he's been having fun out there.
I would agree with that, Kevin, and he says he's the same way off the court, too. I don't know him off the court, but he says he loves meeting new people. I don't have any trouble believing that. He enjoys engaging with kids, and certainly the bright tennis shoes are part of everybody's NBA attire now, but he wears it as an expression of his personality.
Now, here is Harden. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. And the basket by Harden. Harden's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you for the baton, Kevin. Kyrie Irving, of course, marches to the beat of his own drum. At times, that might rub people the wrong way, but Kyrie says, I've learned lessons from it. That's the most beautiful and exciting part, just the growth. What I'm saying is, it's always been bigger than the game for me. And guys, you have to respect his willingness to go it alone.
Take a break.
You do indeed, D.A. Thank you for that portrait. The free throw drops for Dinwiddie.
And Dinwiddie's very cerebral.
And you know what, Greg? I love what he said. I mean, he said, I think there's a difference between internal confidence and situational confidence. That's a beautiful, profound statement. He believes in himself regardless of his environment and attributes that belief to his upbringing and his family support.
And Dinwiddie, with some big shoes to fill, steps into the vacancy Westbrook left with the Wizards. Washington targeted Dinwiddie early in free agency.
Harden, no good. Wizards trail by 8.
Last 2 minutes to play. Third
Goes
quarter.
to Dinwiddie. And Durant sends it back.
KD's defense has really taken a huge step forward. I mean, excellent at blocking shots now, and he's a better help defender. Man, he's putting that reach to good use on the defensive end.
Beal, the pass to Dinwiddie. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Off target at the rim. And there's the pass to Claxton. KD against Caldwell Pope. KD with the bucket. Durant's got 8.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Harrell, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Hachimura comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Abdiaz checked in for Caldwell Pope. And Kispert subbed in for Beal. Here's Dinwiddie. No good there. Good D by Harden.
Boy, an awful beginning to this half, guys, missing their first 4 attempts.
Down low. Outside for Griffin. There's the triple. The shot that time, not on target. Now Washington takes it the other way. And the wide open shot from Avdija drains the three-pointer. Avdija's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Dinwiddie against Harden. On the way, Harris. Claxton the pass to Harris. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Harris has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Nets. Wizards trail by 13. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Dinwiddie against Harden. Hachimura setting the pick for Kispert. A 3-pointer off the mark.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You've got to be tougher defensively.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Brooklyn ahead as they end the third quarter on a 15-5 run. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
on, fans.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So on the floor for Washington, Beal and Avdia sharing wing duty. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Davis Bertans. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. And the Nets with possession here, following the bucket by the Wizards. Outside for Griffin. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Griffin's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
With some arc, it's blocked. They retain possession. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. It's going to be on James Harden. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nets.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
The first one falls. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And the second free throw, good. And he can't make it. 3 for 3.
I find it really interesting to talk to KD about his origins. Says every memory he had growing up involved basketball. Skip prom and stuff like that. He was just focused on the game. And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Bertans' shot is good. And Durant grew up in a tough environment. We all know that. Basketball, Greg, was the only way out.
As it has been for so many NBA players, you feel bad for guys with great talent who get derailed along the way. It takes so much hard work and discipline and luck just to have a chance at making it.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Wizards making a switch here. Gafford's checked in. Here is Durant, stolen by Avdia. And here we go. Dinwiddie heading to the hoop.
And we continue to see Beal improve as a playmaker. Beautiful pass there.
If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
And Brooklyn turns it over again. Caldwell Pope, who's checked in for Avdia. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Beal against Harris. Right side Beal, and it's sent back by Aldridge.
He's not an easy guy to get a shot up and over. Aldridge has those long arms, and his timing's good, too.
KD with the bucket.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Brooklyn.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And in what should be an exciting 4-game season series between these two teams, they have to feel great about taking this first one against Washington.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for James Harden.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. And a change for the Wizards. Hachimura, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, you look at Durant's numbers, 50, 40, 90. He's made that club multiple times. One of the few players to accomplish that. And he seems to threaten those numbers virtually every year.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now, here is Harden. Outside Griffin. Harden surveying the D. Second chance shot. Griffin dishes to Durant. Inside. And a strong finish with two hands.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
And the ability of Beal to just wear out the defense. At times, you almost have to foul him to stop it.
Take a break. Take a break.
And he knocks down the first one.
And quite simply, Beal is an all-NBA player in our league, a multi-dimensional guard who does many things well, especially scoring the ball.
Second free throw, no good. Durant with it. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much, James. You have seen every type of defense from opponents over the years. What do you enjoy about that back-and-forth challenge?
Just every single game, I'm trying to figure out what they're doing and how can I be aggressive and attack it. You know, I love playing a game of basketball. I love, being crafty and just trying to compete at a high level every single night. You know, it takes a lot, but I'm built for it, and I'm gonna just continue to keep going.
Well, you won the chess match tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. As we leave you with our New Balance Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.